Ja, moin. Ich sitze hier mit Dustin Teppei von Thrice. Wir sind hier heute in Köln. Die Jungs haben ein brandneues Album am Start und jetzt schnacken wir eine Runde darüber.
Das neue Thrice Album steht in den Startlöchern und wir haben es uns nicht nehmen lassen, mit der Band über Palms zu sprechen. Seht, was Dustin und Teppei, unser Maik, über ihren Wechsel zu Epitaph, die neuen Songs und die Veränderung des Sounds ihrer Band zu sagen haben.
So guys, thanks a lot for taking time.
Yeah.
You will release a brand new album and you dropped The Grey as the first single. Were you happy with that feedback?
Yeah, I mean, you know, whenever time you put anything out, there's going to be people with different different points of view, but overall it seems like people are really excited about it, and we're really excited about it. It's great.
Okay. You will release the record with the help of Epitaph Records.
Yeah, we're really glad to be on Epitaph. We grew up listening to tons of Epitaph bands, and
For example?
Don't put me on the spot. Rancid was on Epitaph. Rancid. 10-foot pole. I don't know. Now you're gonna. It's all gonna go into one thing in my head.
We need Riley. Riley's the.
Yeah, Riley has better memory than us.
But I guess first they are on.
I mean, sorry, I'm terrible at thinking of things off the top of my head. But like, they were one of like the couple labels that like loomed large in our heads, where it was like, oh man, there's a new Epitaph release. So we've always been a fan, and they've kept this identity through a hugely changing music industry, and stayed relevant to, I think, to their history and their past, but also like continue to move forward. So I think that's something that we strive to do as well.
Okay. Why was it The Grey as the first song you dropped?
Yeah, I never know quite the answer to that. It seemed to be the one. You can argue back and forth about which one forever, but I don't know. It's got good energy, good melodies, fun guitar riff.
Okay.
It seems like it's I don't know, got a lot of different things going on that make it kind of a good first track out there.
Okay. In the meantime of your hiatus, or when you started writing your latest record, To Be Everywhere, To Be Nowhere, there were some changes to write that, because you had to move throughout the country, and you had to work with cloud programs and stuff. Was it something different for this album, or did you have to improve something compared to that one?
Yeah, basically we just, it comes down to we had better communication.
Okay.
Or better forms of communication, because we used to try to keep track of, we'd start with, I don't know, sometimes like 50 or more like ideas, and trying to keep track of those was just a mess, and what everyone thought of them. So we use Asana, which is like a business communication program, and it helps us keep them all in their little spot and keep separate conversations about all of them. And then work with like recording stuff, Logic or Pro Tools, whatever, to make demos. And then we'd jam together, kind of progress that idea in a live setting, and then go back, make the demos further, so that we kind of know where we're at when we get into the studio. So it wasn't too different this time. A lot of what we learned the last time we used this time, because Teppei was still up in a different state when we recorded the last record, and Ed was mostly in a different town when we recorded, or we're writing a lot of this, so he'd be coming back and forth and help keep things in order.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I listened to the record, I noticed, as it was the first song, Only Us, the Synthie intro, which is kind of something you will notice. Like in 2018, there are many bands like going into this new wave sound again, like Brand New, for example. And it sounds like a bit like Stranger Things soundtrack. You know what I mean? Awesome. Can you tell me something about the influences? Are there any?
For that one, Yeah, that's a good reference. I mean, the Stranger Things soundtrack is awesome. But yeah, that just came out of me kind of messing around with some sounds on my computer, and I just started singing along a melody to it, and that was really the beginning of that song, and took off from there. Yeah, it's not like some purposeful move to be like, we have to have some synth stuff on here. It just was like, that sounds cool. Let's do that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, just like any other record we do, there's not really any rules or, you know, walls that we put up for ourselves. So anything goes, and if it sounds cool and we're digging it, then it goes. So yeah.
Was it on purpose to put this one in front of the record? Because when you're a fan of a band and you start listening to a record and it sounds a bit different than the one you are used to, it's quite not shocking, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, so. I think that the song, there's something compelling about the way it advances. Like it's there with the sound, and that's kind of compelling, and it starts building, and it kind of keeps stepping up from there. So it seemed just like a song that was kind of had some immediate pull and was different and a bit shocking or startling. Yeah, it seemed like those things we argue for days about, you know, because you can make an argument for any song.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I really wanted Everything Belongs to start it, but that's like a completely different way to begin the record.
Yeah.
It's like from this really quiet spot, like slowly advancing. So both would be cool, but you got to figure out something.
Yeah. With every record, you donate some parts of the income. Is there any organization you are?
Yeah, we stopped doing that a while ago.
You stopped? Okay.
Yeah, it was just you can just cut this part out, but it just became like people too much focusing on us, and then it was like, so we try to help with things and partner here and there, but it's not like a consistent thing with the records. We kept moving labels too, and it was a pain in the ass to try to figure out the footwork for it.
Okay. In the meantime, you also dropped a repress of the Alchemy Index, and there were some issues with the press, with the vinyl pressing progress. Are you prepared for the next one? Because your die-hard fans are also always, killing the online shop, you know.
It's always hard to figure out, especially if you're pressing in advance for something. So it costs a lot to print all on the front, and you don't want to print too many. But what happened with the Alchemy one was they accidentally released it too early in one of the stores, and it sold out. The cool thing was that we opened it for like a window for whoever wants it, order it, and we're gonna make it. Yeah. And then everyone who wants one gets one, which is really the point in the first place. We're not trying to make it super exclusive. We're just trying to, people who want to have it, like, we think it's a really cool piece, and so that was actually kind of a happy accident in that case, and it turned out super cool too. So
how does it feel to be in that position to like release a record and it's like sold out within minutes?
It's crazy. We were like, we thought we were like, maybe this is too many, and it was just like gone. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, that's really cool. Also, we felt really bad for a moment until we fixed it.
Yeah.
So
I was one of the lucky ones who got one of these, but I also own the first press. So
oh, nice.
That's cool. Yeah. The first one's cool. I think the new one it looks better, but it looks better. It's not the original.
Yeah, it is. Can you compare the situation now with the one before your hiatus in terms of going on tour, as you already have some live dates until winter released, I guess? That was one part of the thing. You stopped touring so heavily. What happened in the meantime? I mean,
I think, well, it's not that we don't want to tour, because we want to be able to get out there and interact, and that's also the way that we pretty much make our living is touring. So, but it's trying to spread it out and make it not so brutal. So, like we try to have it around 3 weeks at a time. Sometimes it goes a little more, but like in the fall, it looks like one big tour, but there's a break in the middle of a couple weeks. So that's definitely helpful for us and our families. So as much as we can control those things, we try to keep it in there. But we're definitely still out there working and touring. So
okay. So as your album will drop very soon, are you already thinking about what could come next, or is it just?
I don't think quite yet. I mean, you have a basic idea of how you want things to go, but then you can never really predict how things are going to go. So, I mean, at least for me, I'm pretty like short-sighted as far as that kind of stuff. We, like you said, we have tours planned pretty much through the year, and maybe some rough plans for next year. But yeah, just focusing on what's coming up and trying to do the best we can there. So
okay,
yeah.
I mean, the rough plan is you make a record and then you tour and then you make a record. So we're definitely not at the what's next phase yet.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, my brain is always kind of going there in some way or another, but not always sharing all those ideas until later.
Okay. Yeah. So I will wish you all the best for the record and for all the live dates you will have coming up next.
Thank you very much.
And thank you very much for taking time.
Yeah, thanks for talking to us.
Das waren Thrice, Köln. Ich bin der Maik, MoreCore.de. Vielen, vielen Dank.